The featured company is a paid client of Proactive Group Holdings, and this recording is disseminated by Proactive on its behalf.
In total, we've drilled over 65,000 meters at the property, and now basically the drilling has pretty much been finalized for this stage of operations. We've been able to successfully upgrade and quantify and also qualify all of our mineral resource at the property.
All right, welcome back inside our Proactive newsroom. And joining me now is John Passalacqua. He is the CEO of First Phosphate. And John, good to see you again. How are you?
Yeah, great. Good to see you, Steve.
So the company out with big news today that you've updated your mineral resource at Bégin-Lamarche, and a really strong numbers here, John. Really a big expansion that you've had for the project.
Yeah, look, we're very happy with the results, with all the work that's been done in the field. I mean, we've been able to increase indicated reserves by 378%. That's an extreme accomplishment. Not only have we been able to upgrade existing inferred resources, but we've also been able to find more in extensions, and we even remain at depth open.
Talk to me a bit about the work that's gone into this. I know this is built over 2 drill programs, right?
Yes, it's been built over 2 drill programs. Our second drill program was the one that finished in March of this year. It was 40,000 meters. So in total, we've drilled over 65,000 meters at the property. And now basically the drilling has pretty much been finalized for this stage of operations. We've been able to successfully upgrade and quantify and also qualify all of our mineral resource at the property. So we're quite happy. This now allows us to move to the next stages of development here.
Talk to us a bit about the characteristics of Bégin-Lamarche. It's broke up into basically 4 different areas, and those are the areas that you've really been working on.
Yeah, it's really great. We were working off of 3 zones, but now with the increased mineral that's been found, and the way it's been qualified, we've had to move to 4 zones. So we have the mountain zone, the northern zone, the new central zone, and the southern zone. So those are 4 distinct areas of the deposit. They correspond to 4 different faults in the deposit, and each has its own characteristics. But basically, there's really large homogeneity across those zones and across the deposit. It's almost like one big massive blob, if you will, of phosphate on surface, one that can be drilled out fairly easily.
And John, in the report, you also talk about the metallurgical work that has been done as well and the recovery rates, and those are all very strong for the project moving forward.
Yeah, look, the really important thing there, Steve, is that the recovery rates are now pretty much solidified. We're able to get to an extremely high purity concentrate. This concentrate is around one of the highest purities ever put together out there, and that's because of the purity of the rock. We arrive at a 40.4% P₂O₅ reading. That's incredible. It's almost pure apatite. And also we've been able to qualify the material to move it into the various steps into making the purified phosphoric acid battery grade for the LFP battery industry, and we get to a conversion ratio of about 91.1%, meaning that when you start with the rock, about 91.1% of it gets converted into purified phosphoric acid. That is the apatite. Those are extremely generous rates, and that allows for basically the preparation of a lot of purified phosphoric acid for the LFP battery industry. So we've hit it here on all levels. We've hit it on the continuity, the extensions on the resource, the economics, which mean it's on surface, and also the ability to convert it downstream. So we're extremely happy here as a company.
Next steps, what happens now?
So the next steps, all of this is going to be looked at internally. And obviously, the next step of mining at this level is to be able to move into a feasibility study. So if we do move into that feasibility study, it's something we'd like to have completed by December of 2025. We'll be sitting down with the board and looking at all this data. And then
December 2026, right, John?
December 2026, yes. We're looking at December 2026 for the feasibility study. And then after that, it would be permitting and obviously building the capital stack, which we've already started to do, and to have a mine operational for 2029.
Okay. And last question, John. Obviously, with a rising by 378%, this is a large particular area. Where does this put this type of project on the world scale? I mean, this is obviously significant for Canada and North America, but this obviously is some big numbers around the world as well.
Yeah, look, I mean, in terms of North America, it could very well be the first igneous phosphate mine to come to life. There's only one such other producer of igneous phosphate right now in the world that exports, and that's in Russia. So we'd be one of only a few handful of projects in the world that can provide out this high grade purified phosphoric acid. It would be simply exceptional for North America because it is so rare, and because of the big oncoming need of LFP battery. The purity level 40.4% is amongst the purest, if not the purest in the world. So just a great deposit, a great sense of pride and also national security here for North America to be able to bring together the purified phosphoric acid that's going to be needed for these big AI boom in energy storage, boom in electrical vehicles, boom in applications related to national security.
Well, it's quite a rise, 378% in that. Congratulations on that, John, and good to see you again. And we'll talk soon. All right.
Yeah, thank you, Steve. Really appreciate it.
All right, John Passalacqua, the CEO of First Phosphate.
The featured company is a paid client of Proactive Group Holdings, and this recording is disseminated by Proactive on its behalf. It is for informational purposes only and does not constitute investment advice, an offer, or a solicitation to buy or sell any securities. Viewers should conduct their own research and consult a qualified financial advisor before making investment decisions. The views expressed are those of the speaker and do not necessarily reflect those of Proactive Group Holdings, trading as Proactive Investors or its affiliates. No responsibility is accepted for any loss arising from reliance on the information presented.